Welcome back to my channel. This is Bernie Uche, and I, as always, am in a tech state of mind. And today I'm going to do something a little bit different, okay? So I want to start every week with the tea, all right? That may be the name I call this segment, we will see. But I want to start every Monday with some really important news that you can take with you for the rest of the week, and we'll keep going and keep going along. I'm still going to do the explainer videos. Check out my last video on everything you need to know about Kubernetes. I intend to have one coming out real soon about platform engineering, but there is some really important news that comes up every now and then that I think we need to talk about. So I want to use this Monday show to talk about those things. And the first thing I'm going to talk about today is Microsoft's expansion of their European cloud footprint. And this is an article from CIODive.com that says Microsoft expands European footprint amid global trade tensions. The provider will boost its regional computing capacity by 40%, expanding operations in 16 European countries, President and Vice Chair Brad Smith said on Wednesday. And why are they looking at this, right? They're saying when they combine with the recent construction and plans that they've already had, and they're looking at the current geopolitical tensions and economic trade situation that we know that has been brought upon by the Trump administration and its tariffs, that in order to give European companies and European startups more freedom and more flexibility and more resilience and independence from that situation, they plan to expand that capacity. But Microsoft is still an American company, and what's really going to be necessary is for European, or rather non-American cloud providers to rise up. Now, I say all of that knowing that this is incredibly difficult to do, and probably with the way Azure, AWS, and GCP dominate the market, it's highly unlikely that you're going to see a big shift towards some kind of European cloud provider. But if you really want to insulate yourself from those types of trade shocks, that's what you need to do. But it is, again, highly unlikely to happen. So this is a really good development for the European market, and I would expect AWS and GCP to follow suit. Now, both of those have very big cloud footprints in Europe, but I expect a response because, as we see in the cloud, one does something, the others will do something very similar as well. The second story is that there seems to have been a contraction in IT employment over the last month in the United States. So this is in contrast to the economy, the US economy growing jobs last month. So last month, the unemployment rate ticked down to 4%, while unemployment rate in the tech sector, according to CompTIA's assessment of US labor statistics, ticked up to 3.5%. And we've got a quote here from Tim Herbert, Chief Research Officer at CompTIA. It was not a great month of data, but expected given the circumstances. What circumstances is he referring to? Well, two things. One, the rise of AI. Two, the Trump tariff situation, which we just talked about in the previous segment, and how it's creating uncertainty and affecting the industry and the sector as a whole. Now, while employer tech job postings continue to hold up, which is a good sign, hirings were down. Okay, so what is driving this surge in job postings in tech? AI. So just as AI is making many roles redundant, there's a rise in the need for people with AI expertise to build large language models and to really push through this AI era forward and build the agents that people need as we are moving towards agentic AI use cases, and generally just push this thing forward and keep pushing AI up that hill until we get to real solid adoption of AI in the enterprise and really proliferate that consumer AI adoption globally to where it needs to go. you're going to see a lot more of this. So again, I wrote an article, and there's a podcast I did with Canadian SME in their Black Business podcast, talking about we've got to get on the train. You've got to start learning these important AI skills and show value to your business, show value to your community if you want to stay relevant in this sector. And the last story I have for you is from Microsoft. So Microsoft is making a significant shift in how you will access your account. Microsoft is embracing a passwordless future. And to many of you, that's going to be music to your ears. To some of you, that's going to take some getting used to. So starting now, actually, all new Microsoft accounts will default to using passkeys instead of traditional passwords. So a passkey is a digital credential that allows you to log into websites and apps without using a traditional password. It's based on a public key cryptography and is designed to be phishing resistant, more secure, and easier to use. Now, Microsoft is doubling down on this, right? To the point that they've changed the name of World Password Day to World Passkey Day. The move aims to enhance security by utilizing biometric authentication methods like fingerprints or facial recognition, as well as PINs, right? Now, existing users are encouraged to transition to passkeys by updating your account settings. But if you're a new user, by default, you're going to be pushed towards passkey. Now, this will have immediate impact on consumers. The business community, you're going to wait for a bit because authentication and security is very, very, very specific to each business. Microsoft can't just push that on them immediately. People might be upset with that. But Microsoft does say that it's seeing nearly 1 million passkeys generated every day, and that passkey users have a 98% success rate of signing in versus 32% for password-based accounts. And as someone who has many different passcodes and passwords, and some of them I keep in my head, some of them I use in a password vault, this is actually a welcome change that I am more than willing to embrace, and I hope that you are as well. So that's the tea for this week, and I really hope that you get to enjoy this series. Give me some feedback on it. Give me some comments. Hey, suggest some stories through the week as they come up in the comment section below. If you like this video, please subscribe. And again, I'm going to keep my how-tos and explainer videos coming, with the next one being platform engineering. And look out for my podcast with Canadian SME on their Black Business podcast, where I talk about skilling up in AI. And I'll talk to you soon. Peace.
Burn out.